Welcome. The prepositions to and for might be small, but they pack a serious punch. They are two of the most used words in English, and the confusion between them is a massive headache for millions of learners. You might feel like the rules are totally random, but I promise you, they aren't. The real problem is trying to memorize endless lists of rules or translating directly from your native language, where one word might do the job of both. Honestly, that's a recipe for confusion. In this lesson, we're throwing that whole method out the window. Instead, we're going to build your intuition with a few core ideas. We'll unlock the simple logic that covers 90% of the situations you'll ever face. We'll start with the biggest, most important rule, then hit the other key uses, and finally explore the tricky nuances that will make you sound incredibly natural. By the end of this, you won't just know the difference, you'll feel it. Section 1. The core rule, reason and purpose, verb versus noun. Let's get right to the heart of it. The biggest mix-up with to and for happens when you're explaining why you're doing something, your reason or purpose. Here is the simple, powerful rule that will solve most of your problems. If your reason is a verb, an action, you use to. If your reason is a noun, a thing, you use for. That's it. Let that sink in for a second. Verb gets to, noun gets for. Now, let's see this golden rule in action. Imagine you're at the post office. Someone asks why you're there. You could say, I went to the post office to mail a letter. Your reason is the action, mail. It's a verb, so you gotta use to. Or you could say, I went to the post office for some stamps. Here, your reason is a thing, stamps. It's a noun, so we use for. Let's try another one. She is exercising to get healthy. What's the reason? The action of getting healthy. Get is a verb, so it has to be to. She is exercising for her health. And the reason here, the idea of health. Health is a noun, so you use for. One last time just to make it stick. He is saving money to travel the world. Travel equals verb. He is saving money for the trip around the world. Trip equals noun. See the pattern? Every single time the reason is an action, we use to plus the verb. Every time the reason is a thing or an idea, we use for plus the noun. This is exactly why the sentence from the beginning was wrong. I'm studying hard for pass. My exam is a mistake because pass is a verb. The correct way to say it is, I'm studying hard to pass my exam. If you wanted to use for, you'd need a noun. I'm studying hard for the exam. Interactive mini quiz number 1. All right, let's put this to a quick test. I'll give you a sentence with a blank. You've got 3 seconds to shout out if it's to or for. Ready? I need to call my manager. Ask a question. It's to, because ask is a verb. She went to the kitchen with a glass of water. It's for, because a glass of water is a noun. He's taking a course to improve his skills. That's to improve. Improve is an action. I bought this book, you. This is for you. You is a pronoun, which acts like a noun here. How'd you do? If you nailed those, you've already cracked the biggest part of the to verses for mystery. Section 2. The second big rule, destination and beneficiary. Okay, we've mastered purpose. Let's move on to the next big difference, movement versus benefit. First up, TO. We use to for movement, direction, and destination. If anything is moving from point A to point B, whether it's a person or an object, you'll almost always use to. I am flying to Japan next week. Destination. Please pass the salt to your father. transferring to a person. The kids go to school every morning, movement to a place. Just think of to as an arrow pointing straight at a target. Now, let's talk for. One of the main jobs of for is to show who benefits from an action. This person or thing is called the beneficiary. I baked this cake for you. You're the beneficiary. You get to eat the cake. He is raising money for a local charity. The charity benefits. This stuff is for my sunburn. My sunburn is what benefits from the treatment. The crucial distinction. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. This is where you can show off a deeper understanding of English. Sometimes you can use either to or for, but the meaning completely changes. This is especially true when you do something for someone versus give something to them. Check out this pair of sentences. I wrote a letter to my sister. I wrote a letter for my sister. What's the difference? In that first sentence, I wrote a letter to my sister. She is the recipient. The letter is addressed to her. She's the destination. But in the second one, I wrote a letter for my sister. She's the beneficiary. Maybe her arm is broken, or she's just not great with words, so I did the action on her behalf. I helped her out. The letter itself might actually be addressed to her landlord. Here's another one. If you say, "Can you make a call to John?" You're asking someone to dial John's number and talk to him. But if you ask, "Can you make a call for me?" You're the beneficiary. You need them to make a call on your behalf because you're busy or can't do it yourself. Getting the hang of this difference, recipient, to, versus beneficiary, for, is a massive leap forward for your fluency. Section 3. The function rule and the big exception. Okay, let's tackle something that might be bugging you. You're probably thinking, hold on, I am sure I've heard people use for with a verb. And you're right. It happens in one very specific case, when we're talking about the function or purpose of an object. The structure is for plus verbing, the gerund. We use this to explain what something is built for. This machine is for washing clothes. A key is for locking doors. This app is for learning languages. Here's where learners get tangled up. They try to use this structure to explain their own reason for doing something, and that doesn't work. For example, incorrect. I went to the library for reading. Correct. I went to the library to read. Why? Because you're explaining your purpose for the action. And what did we learn in section 1? When a person's reason is a verb, we use to plus verb. The for plus ing structure is reserved for talking about an object's built-in job. A book is for reading, the object's function. But you go to the library to read. Your reason for going. This is the one big exception you need to file away, and it's a super useful tool for describing the world. Interactive mini quiz number 2. Quick quiz to make sure you've got it. Is the sentence about a person's reason or an object's function? Fill in the blank. A pen is right. A pen is for writing. Object's function. I need a pen. Write a letter. I need a pen to write a letter. Your reason for needing it. Section 4. Advanced nuances for true fluency. If you've made it this far, you've already fixed the most common mistakes. Now, let's add a couple of pro-level details that will make your English sound really polished. Nuance 1. Opinion versus benefit. Important to me versus important for me. This is subtle, but so powerful. Important to me is all about personal feelings, opinions, and values. It's about your heart. My family is very important to me. They hold emotional value for me. Honesty is important to me. It's a principle I personally value. Important I for motor me is about an objective benefit. It's something that is good for you, your health, or your career. It's about your head. Exercising is important for me. it provides a clear health benefit. Learning this is important for my job. It gives me a professional advantage. You can even flex your skills by using both in one sentence. This project is important to me because finishing it is important for my promotion. See? It has personal value and it provides a real benefit. Nuance 2. Time and duration. This one's a little easier. We use d'abord when telling time, specifically to say how many minutes until the next hour. It's 10 minutes to 3, meaning it's 2:50. We use for to talk about a duration, how long something lasts. We waited for on 2 hours. She lived in Paris for 5 years. Bye. CTA/final quiz. You have just downloaded the core logic of 2 and 4 into your brain. You know the difference between a reason and a function, a recipient and a beneficiary. Let's do one final rapid-fire quiz to lock it all in. He works out every day. Maur, his fitness. 4-2. She gave the report to her manager. 4-2. This button is turning on the device. 4-2. It's very important for me to be on time. 4-2. The answers are 1, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 4. Though 2 could also work if you're stressing that it's a deep personal value. Mastering this one little difference is a huge step towards sounding more natural. If this lesson gave you that aha moment, do me a favor and subscribe and hit that notification bell. We drop new lessons every week to fix those tiny mistakes that make a huge difference. Remember, becoming fluent isn't about memorizing the dictionary. It's about deeply understanding how the building blocks of a language work so you can use them with confidence. You've just taken a massive step on that journey. The logic is yours now. Go out there, use it, listen for it, and notice it when you read. The more you see it in the wild, the more it'll become second nature. Thanks for learning with me today. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next lesson.